know, there's some really cool stuff too in the marketplace. There's some shirts and merch. You can get that sweet Sakura collector cup. I have the Chun-Li one, and I freaking love that thing. It's great for, you know, mixing drinks. It's great for mixing like protein powder or the energy powder too that collector cup sells. So definitely worthwhile to check it out. A lot of other cute stuff in there too. But we're going to get right back into it and show you guys the players that are going to get supported by this match arena.
All right, looks like they're off. This is a button check. It's a pretty hostile one. Sevelei getting a little bit of damage on the board right to start, getting that fireball going. And now with the gap closed, Eli with the opportunity right there, like we were talking about, that fireball, there are ways to get around it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing is Laura does have some tricky tools to get her over those fireball. And I like to think Laura is Geef on steroids, as if you can imagine it. But, you know, she's an amazing grappler with a lot of good movement and tools already, you know, finding her way out of there, even with, you know, just about even life bar. And she's got tools too to combat this projectile game, so Sevelei's got to play it very, very careful, be mindful of the meter.
Oh no, that was not careful. and this is what happens when you whip a DP in Laura's face. A lot of damage on the board, cross up, and just a little more damage. Like, that is a Laura round. You know, we would have called it a Makoto round 15 years ago. It's, you blink twice and you are stunned. You're on the ground.
Yeah, and I believe, and you could correct me if I'm wrong here, but when I was reading the patch notes coming into this new season, didn't her bolt charge get buffed?
I think they gave her some new stuff, and I think that part of it is trying to play around the eventual V-shift meta. Right there, V-shift going off to great returns for Eli, but back in the corner, Sevelei not really letting that dissuade them.
No, and already out of there. I like the side switch, but the V-shift is going to get a pretty decent punish here, and Sevelei's got a huge life lead, but I know Eli is holding on to that.
And just chipping away with the overhead, so smart.
Let's say holding on to that V-trigger, but it ain't going to do anything. You can't carry it into the next round.
You're always one big sequence away with Laura from getting those comebacks. You can never kind of mentally check out, even if you have like chip level health left. There's always a chance to come back, but Sevelei playing it really smart, just again weaving in and out of those ranges to take that last round. But on the ropes now, V-shift coming in to play in a big way. I think this is the most I've seen it like work in a match so far. Both players using it very conservatively, just using it as like essentially a backdash, not going for any sort of follow-up punish. And right there, a good whiff punish out of there.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of damage here, going back into the neutral and out of that sticky situation, but there's the activation time. It's going to be a huge bolt charge here.
Oh, goes under. Yeah, Lucia having some interesting tools to deal with Thunderclap. The Fireball going under Thunderclap is a good way to sort of check any movement behind it, which is one of the things that Laura's get a lot of mileage off of, is just being able to sort of walk behind those Thunderclaps. But Lucia being able to check that movement a little bit and slide under for the counter poke too. Though not going to help her there. Command grab goes off and steals EliTheCurry a round, giving them game one.
Yeah, you mentioned that too. You're really only one combo away from turning things around when you play Laura, and we saw it right there. I do appreciate you mentioned this too. The fireball going under the Thunderclap is so huge, because that does kind of stunt a lot of Laura's started up gameplay. You know, she relies pretty heavily on following that up with a command grab or something cheeky here, but man,
big jump in.
Not needing a bolt. Yeah, I was gonna say great jump in.
Cool.
Ooh.
And again, but gets checked. Great anti-air, keeping it safe, and tries to chase down the V-shift, but gets clipped, and now back throw puts them in the corner.
Yep, a V-shift back out of there. You're stuck in the corner though, but not for long.
So and dashes right back in. Love to see it. It reminds me of the picture of like the call an ambulance, but not for me. Like,
yeah.
Oh, great jump in. Yeah, using V-shift really constantly throughout that match, and as we saw before, when one of those goes off successfully, you get some of your meter back. So realistically, a 3-bar V-trigger can result in 4 or 5 V-shifts if they're done successfully.
Yeah, certainly. And you know, it's been used pretty liberally here in this match, but I wouldn't say, you know, misused by any means. It's definitely worked out in their favors, but finding his way out of there, going in with the grab. I like the side switch too.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're both just happy to use it as a sort of invincible backdash tool, and if there's a punish that comes with it off of a big button, then that's great, but it's so far just been a really good, like, get out of jail free card. That being said, they're learning how to check it. You're seeing something like that, big crush counter, no great follow-up, but definitely ways to play around it. Oh my god, great punish. Exactly what Sevelei needed to stay alive there, and again...
Yeah, still holding on to that V trigger though. Oh, I love the slide under the bull crunch.
Oh my god, the overhead!
Interesting. Yeah, taking the overhead and taking that match, evening things out right now. I'm always a little bit surprised, but I wouldn't say I'm like disappointed by any means, because it is a pleasant surprise to see like you have an answer to a lot of Laura's antics that usually lock you down. So.
Yeah, I think people were sort of concerned when they saw buffs for this character, but I think that you have to factor in the system changes to the way that the game has changed. A lot of characters who maybe weren't directly toned down are going to find difficulty navigating something like V-Shift. I think these very aggressive, close-range characters are going to have to navigate V-Shift in clever ways, and Sevelei really making Eli find those solutions on the fly.
Yeah, certainly. But Eli going in, nice crush, but it's going to get back into the corner. Oh no.
And pressure is on.
Activation time.
Oh no, a lot of these buttons are whiffing on those crush counters. I'm not sure if something changed there or if it's just kind of a trickier spacing. Another overhead. That has been paying off in dividends for Sevelei over the course of the set.
Yeah, I think that was 3 now. Like closing.
Yeah, three closers too. Yeah, never mid match. Just like, this is what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna be down back, and then you're gonna be down bad. Like.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty accurate representation. Speaking of down bad right now, stuck in the corner, Sevelei holding on to the golden life bar and almost putting Eli to stun, but Eli finding his way out.
Wow, full V break there. That gray health, nothing to scoff at. Turns your small pokes into big damage. Very necessary anti-air. Maybe this is where Eli gets the party started. Oh, good bait. And again, yeah, so the light buttons, into light buttons are punishing the like empty V shift, but if you hold on to the full V break, that second light button seems like it's going to get tagged. And Sevelei, again, using those defensive options so effectively and taking this 2-1 on